Hello everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and in today's video we're going to fix the 99. So start her up and we'll show you what's wrong. Don't need the fans on at the minute now. We still have stones to pick. We have 2 customers to pick for. We're just taking it that they have it well tilled, and that because of the dryness that the moisture shouldn't have gone down into the ground yet, so we should be able to pick. Not too bad. It's not doing it at the moment. What we think the problem is, we're pretty confident the problem is the engine speed sensor, which is on the gearbox or the back end below my feet, so on a very not accessible spot, had gone faulty. And the last day I was stone picking, going along grand, and then the dash, the RPM on the dash, that has started going up and down and going all over the place. And because that started misreading, it knocked out the PTO, because the PTO then thinks that there's sudden changes in the PTO RPM. It was a pain in the hole, and you'd have to get out. I'd have to try and get in underneath the wheel and get my hand in on top of the back end, and I could just rattle the top of the sensor on the back end, give it a twist or give it a bit of a wriggle, and I get it going again. So it's either a bad connection or a faulty sensor. So we got a new sensor from Murphy sent down Friday, so it's Monday, we have it now. We have 17 acres to pick for 2 men, so about 8 hours work altogether. So I get this done and get on the road. All I have to do is take off the wheel, clean on top of the gearbox, and then just open it off, put in. The only thing I have to make sure of is I put it in right, because you have to drop the sensor until it hits the gear, because it's getting the speed of the gear that drives the hydraulic pump in the back end. There is a speed sensor on the crankshaft or the front pulley on the front of the tractor, but that in the timing cover, but that has to do with the ECU for the engine for all its timing and all that crack, whereas the one on the gearbox is the one for the engine speed sensor. That caught me out, but Murphy's put me right anyways. We have the wheel jack. I have my wheel carrier here to take it off, but before I put it under it and catch it, I want to make sure I can get these open, because if I can't get these open with the gun, I'm going to have to take it off, drive it closer to the door to get the inch gun I have. Well, I don't think these are going to budge. Somehow or another, I think I am shagged on that one. I'll try the bar. Oh, we have a bar, and then we have law the lever. So fingers crossed I don't snap it and it opens. If I get it cracked, I should be able to take it off the gun. But I'm just as likely to snap the bar as I am to open it. I think we're going to have to go for the inch gun. That's not going to open, so we get the big inch gun out from wherever it's hiding. It's on the air, so that will do the job. I've never seen it not open anything. Though sometimes if you deplete the compressor, you have to wait for the compressor to build back up to go again. Yeah, compressor need to build up, would it?
I'd say so, yeah. We also have any penetrating oil. Squirt it into that to lubricate this. Squirt it into that to lubricate this.
Back of the Jeep. Now, down to the last bolt. So we get this in under.
How it's going never was bad. Pull it away there now.
Just about ready now, but I reckon the wheel could be stuck on the hub. So it could. So, no, I thought that you had it.
No, I had it.
Well, they had it when they were at the junk shredder. It's moving. It's the other side. Oh, that wasn't half a job I thought it was going to be. So, I might just get the blow line there.
Blow everything off.
Blow all this off. But the sensor, it's this one here.
Well, that's it, you changed.
That's it there. Now I can go get the blow lance and we'll clean off the box.
What price is that? Where price is for?
So now sure, ring Murphy and see if you want. I messaged him there just to double check. You have to screw that in till it hits the gear, that back quarter turn.
That's normal.
Or 3/4 of a turn.
The power washer there now, or the blow nose?
Blow nose, because there's too much electrical. This is the old sensor. So it was knackered. To keep me going, I had to keep twisting the top of this lad. Keep it going, and that's the sensor that picks up the engine speed based on the hydraulic pump, the gear that drives the hydraulic pump. So the right thing is, this is the old type sensor, which has a different fitting. The new sensor that we have has a adapter loom to change it. I have to screw it in and then 3/4 of a turn back. Get this into it. That must be it again.
Oh, hitting down?
No, I can put my thumb under it.
Right, can you get back a half a toe?
3/4. So I asked Keith there, just double check.
Right,
so it's that way, so that's half, so 3/4 is there. No, that's the new sensor. If you're wondering, bags are going down on it. Stopper there, so I'm not going to get into trouble or anything. So I think while we're in here, we have a air leak and we're going to see, can we figure that one out too. We can give it more of a clean off. That's the adapter.
Yeah, plug it in, plug and play it.
That's tight as I can get it with my hands. That's it, plugged in, that's it.
All plugged in.
Yeah, that's it. Right.
Just want to look there for 2 minutes, just trying there.
Okay.
See what the air leak is.
We just have the air supply pipe from the compressor to the brakes taken off because, as you can see, it's now over hectic. We had a leak because you could hear a hissing, so we're just going to go replace this pipe while we have the wheel off. So happy days, we'll get that done. We'll do anything else while the wheel is off. There's a pipe I think needs to be tightened, and yeah, shouldn't be too bad then. Try and get another clean on it. I'm just back from Johnson's to have the dinner. It's a new air pipe gone in, better pipe too. So it's just a hydraulic hose. So it's just cable tying it in there. That should solve the problem. And after that, just put the wheel back on. There's 710 tyres. They look bigger when you take them off the tractor. So that's your playing a blinder. You're interested, give them a shout. They dropped it up to us to use, and I'm pretty sure we're going to be hanging on to it because it's just so handy. So it is. Well, you'd have a job to get off, and then get it back on with the teleporter was always the trick. Whereas this should be a hell of a lot easier. Get this back on. And also, if you're wondering, 6270 is there. It's going in this evening to get a damper plate put into it, because the damper plate literally went. We brought over the tyres and the tractor to change them to go draw silage, and just as we were going to pull it for the front of the shop, just bang, rattle, bang, bang, damper plate gone. So she's going into the workshop this evening to get that done. So anyways, we get this tractor back together. Yeah, examining the work peacock. Love it out here, so they do. Anyways, get this put back together. And that's the tractor back together, so we're just going to give it a wash there now, wash off the windows because she's very dirty after the last day stone picking in the dry when it started to rain, and then all the dust starts sticking to it. But she's back, so I got to run in and get the old spray foam stuff for Father Phil and we get washed. And then there's been a change of plans. I was to be going stone picking, with the amount of rain that's after falling, I've never really picked in rain, and I have a bit of a drive to get to the jobs I have to do, and there's a part of me is a wee bit afraid I may not just work. So Wednesday's looking like it should be dry during the day, so I'm pushing back to Wednesday, and I'm going to pick up a tanker and go to the pair of lads to get some slurry out, keep the customer happy. So we get 3 tankers and we go borrow a tanker, and yeah, we get slurry out. So anyway, we'll get the stuff for Father Phil and I hit the road. And we are back from, this is the next morning after we fixed the tractor. So the tractor run perfectly all day long. That was all that was wrong. Engine speed sensor on top of the back end. It's the one at the front. There's 2 sensors towards the front of the back end, and it's the first one just behind the pipe. That's the engine speed sensor. I think the other one is another speed sensor. There's like 5 sensors on the back end, PTO speed and whatnot. But how you know that that's gone? The PTO turns off, you'll see your dash going up and down like going 90, and you get D141 is their code for the dash misreading, and then when the PTO keeps clicking out, it's T147 and T144. Anyways, yesterday evening they split the tractor here, so damper plate, I don't know where the old damper plate has gone. There's 2 springs gone in it. I was here when they split it, so new damper plate there to go in. The issue that they had is when they had it split, the bearing on the end of the flywheel there was shook, is what I got told, and they have it out. I know they have it out because Father Phil has to go to town and get one off Johnston's. Hopefully they have one, but that bearing is gone, so they said, right, we'll just rip it out, put a new bearing and get the bell housing seal and put in, and then tractor can go back together right as rain. So that's how the 6270 is looking. Once that damper plate goes in, that's all the 62s and the 64 have had all their damper plates done in the last 6 months really. So they should be good for a lot of 1,000 hours more. There's the old damper plate. So you can see there, 2 springs. It's where that lad there breaks on. What the damper plate does, for anyone who doesn't know, that one's actually broke as well. So you have, it's driven, you have 2 inputs. So you had input from the engine, then it goes through the disc, into the other disc through the springs, and then it outputs towards the back end. And it takes the shock of your transmission out from the engine. So what the springs and the 2 discs do, if you get a shock, it gives. It gives enough of a give that it doesn't put that shock straight through to the engine. That's what the damper plate is for. And if the damper plate loses all its springs and gives up, which happened in the 64A, you lose everything because it disconnects the drive from the engine to the rest of the tractor. So, anyways, look, I'm going to leave it there for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or anything like that, as always, hit me in the comments down below. And we'll see you for Thursday's video, the 10-year anniversary video. And also, don't forget, Longford Vintage Show is on this Sunday, the 1st of June. Gates open from 12 p.m. or 12 p.m. midday. We'll be there with the shop and with as many owl yolks as we can get gathered. So anyways, hope you enjoyed today's video. That's it for me. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Videos, find out on Thursday what we'll be doing from now on. Anyways, that's it from me. Good luck.